Hello, fairy finders and fairy seekers. Welcome to FaerieQuest and an episode of Real Fairies in Real Photos. This episode takes place in Pine Lake State Park in Eldora, Iowa, and these photographs were taken on June 26, 2022. The last time we were at the Pine Lake State Park was in 2016. Now, this is not a video fully of fairies. There is one main fairy I would like to show you, and then what I term a unique tree, but I will show you those at the end. For the start of this video, I kind of just want to give you a lay of the land as to where we were in Pine Lake State Park, and also kind of a very odd, some people might call it coincidence. I don't believe in coincidence, so I'm going to call it synchronicity. So here we go. This was supposed to be a picture of all the different butterflies that were just flying out of the trees. We were surrounded by butterflies, but they didn't show up in the picture. We parked over here to the left and went down towards the bottom of the picture to go through the tunnel. And this is a really cool tunnel. They've just redone a lot of it. And it will take you then through the tunnel, down a trail, as you can see my husband and Sammy going down the steps. This is kind of a windy little trail, but not too long. And that then led us to the beach. And I wanted to show you how gorgeous. This is quite a large lake. Good for boating, good for fishing. And over here, kind of to the right and behind, is a building where you can actually grill, and there's picnic tables and that kind of thing. So a few more pictures here. I kind of got a kick out of the fact that the geese tend to really come and enjoy themselves. There were feathers like this all over the place, so there must have been a lot of preening going on. And then this picture was just because only one of these lights was on, and it was midday. I just really liked the way that this picture looked. So we headed to the left, and the trail stays like this sidewalk in a way. And there's wooded areas on both sides. And as we were walking, Sammy was taking his time, and all of a sudden my husband says, "You're really going to like this," because I had stopped to take some photos. And this is what he showed me. A little rock, painted rock on a log. Okay, and this little painted rock says frog parking only. All others will be towed. Pretty cute, and a really neat thing to find as you're just taking a walk. When we were done and headed for home, we pulled in our driveway, and our neighbor was doing some weeding out next door. And we got to talking to her, and I made mention that we had just come back from the lake. And she says, "Oh, did you find any of these?" And she was pointing to some large rocks that she had around some of her flowers. And I was like, "I don't understand." She says, "Any painted rocks?" And I said, "Oh, yeah." We found one that was frog parking. And she said, "Well, did you take it?" And I said, "No, we left it there because, you know, we figured somebody put it there for just for the fun of it and for everybody to enjoy." Well, apparently this neighbor is the one who created this stone. And she also created a website, or excuse me, she created a Facebook page called Pine Lake Rocks, Iowa, IA, not IOWA, but IA. And people are really getting into painting rocks like this and leaving them in many different places. And the rocks have Pine Lake Rocks, Iowa on the back of them so that people know where they came from. And you can take the rock if you choose and then make one of your own and go hide it again. Anyway, it was a really neat synchronicity to find this particular rock and have it be a part of something our neighbor had created. And so now I am going to be creating rocks as well because I joined the group. Anybody can join, and you can do it in any state park. It'll catch on. So there's a lot of people that are having fun with these rocks. So now that we covered that synchronicity, we're going to go to a different part of the park. And this is over here where we parked. Okay, we went back down through the tunnel again to come back up to the car. And over in this direction, there's a sign that says Hogs Trail. And that is what this trail, one of them, is. And I just wanted to stop and see, because we had stopped to see it before it had gotten all grown up as it is towards the end of winter. So I wanted to see what it looked like now. And as you come in, this is the first thing that you see. Or you can turn to the right, and this is where you can go. So it's a really cool trail over a little bridge, and I'm not sure where it goes. We didn't take the time that day to go, but I thought I would share. There are so many different trails that can be taken and so many pictures that can be taken as well. So now I want to go back to the actual ferry, and all of these pictures that are wooded here, they all have fairies in them, but I have not had the opportunity to go through them all as yet. However, the picture I want to show you is this one, and I showed you this, and here is obviously where I had stopped to take a picture. I love downed trees and stumps and things like that, because they usually have some pretty amazing beings. And this one was not a disappointment. I won't enlarge it yet. I want to show you right now, and you might be able to spot it right away. But we have a troll-like being resting right here in basically plain sight. I took the picture, but I didn't pay any attention to the log while I was there. And so now I will enlarge it for you so that you can see him a little bit closer. I'll point some things out here. Okay, so let me get the pointer. Here is his head, okay? He has ears of some sort. So I don't know if he's necessarily a troll. And I have not had the opportunity to dowse or computer type with him. I hurt my right shoulder and have not been able to move my arm. So I'm limited. I can't dowse. Left hand just doesn't work quite as well for dowsing, and I can't reach up. I can't lift my arm high enough for the keyboard. So until I can do that, we will just look at him this way. But anyway, here is an eye and a nose and his mouth, okay, and jaw. Down here, I believe these here are his fingernails. And we have a leg right here, goes down, and it looks like it's kind of broken there, but here's the leg. Goes down here, and we can see a few of his toes right here. His other leg comes down this way, right here, and I'm not really sure where the other arm is, but you can see that he's got his head turned towards the right and is kind of resting on his chest. And this is one of those pictures that I feel like, rather than having it be larger, the smaller it is, the better it can be seen, at least in my opinion. So we can see his head resting, and even his eye is kind of outlined a little bit on the top with white, and he just looks like he's laying back, relaxing, has no cares in the world. And the other side of his face, we can see part of the ear, and over here, and his other eye. So he's not completely profiled, but what a fascinating creature. I mean, you can't miss the toes and the foot and the leg and his fingers. But yeah, this is the kind of fairy photograph that I really love getting, because anybody can see this. There were a lot of small ones in this area here, and there is even one, a fairy I will show you real quick. I'll enlarge it here. That is back here. We can see the head right here, the eyes, the nose, an arm is sticking out, an arm is sticking out. It almost looks like it's flying like Superman past the trees. But keep in mind that these fairies can form themselves into anything they wish. They are magical, and so he may have been kind of different material until we walked up, or he heard us coming, and then he blended himself into this dead log. But how cool is that? I'd love to hear your take on this guy in the comments. So last, we have the smiling tree. And this is a knot. It was just had sunshine on it. Another knot. Here's the nose, and here is the mouth. I had to take a picture because some of these trees are so unique that way, and I'm sure I will find other trees just as unique along the way. But I wanted to share the smile at the end of this video with you. So thank you so much for watching. When I get the opportunity, I will take the time to douse this guy because he's just so unique. And when that happens, you guys will be the first to know. So we'll see you in the next video. Take care.